Welcome back, my friend, to the SWRA podcast. This is episode number 7. I'm Maggie Lazarre, your host. This podcast intersects aging, wellness, and wisdom, the three pillars that make this podcast what it is. Today, let's just dive into the subject of aging for a moment. I was looking at some data for a presentation, and um, the life expectancy for men and women in the US has changed a little bit. It had gone down with COVID, but it kind of rebounded. And the last one that I read for the year 2023 was that men would live an average, or could be a median, of 78.4 years, and women 81.1 years. Ladies, with everything we have gone through, we are the most resilient of the bunch, aren't we? We get stressed out. We go through menopause. We gain the weight. We struggle with the hot flashes, the depression, the mood swings. But yet, we're still hanging there to outlive those men. And that has been true for a while now, that they just can't keep up with us. They cannot catch up. So when you go somewhere and you see a room full of women and only a few men, that's the reason. Because even though we go through so much, the men tend to kick the bucket before we do. Shh. I don't like to say it like that. But they'll die of things like heart disease, have a stroke. They don't want to take care of themselves. They don't like to go to the doctor, that. And a large portion of them, if they're committing suicide, it's with firearms, depending on where they're at. They smoke. So, what makes us women live longer? I'm sure there is some genetic predisposition involved in that makeup, right? But we do have chronic illnesses like diabetes, right? Dementia. More women over 65 are prone to dementia. Women do worse after major surgeries like hip surgeries, heart disease, bypass surgeries. We just don't do as well, but yet we still hang in there. We still survive. So what I would like us to do right now is to embrace that and have the knowledge that if you retire at age 64, 65, you could live to be 90. And that's like almost 30 years. And we can also, there is a sister, I would love to interview her about financial planning for sisters, because we got to plan ahead that we're going to be around a lot longer than the guys. And if you were married, maybe you'll get survivor benefit. But what the data shows, we have so many single-headed household. We are mom and dad to the kids, got to put them to school. We worked it through 3 jobs. We stress and wear ourselves out. But yet, still we persist. We're still here. So, sis, I want you to think of this longevity as a gift that God has given to us. And how we manage that gift is what we're going to be answering to God about. What did you do with the gifts that I gave you? It's in the Bible. I remember the stories. Remember how we used to have story parable, we used to call them in French. I don't know how we call them in English, but we had like stories to make a point. It's like fable with the kids to make a point. So let's embrace our longevity, our sisterhood, our womanhood, understanding that we are going to be around much longer. Therefore, our responsibilities, I believe, are larger, and we are responsible for more, whether it's to our families, to our communities, and as in SWAT, to our sisterhood. Let's not fight it, embrace it, become aware, open your mind and your heart. and just look around and see how you can be a good human to someone, how you can encourage, support that sisterhood. This is a gift of longevity. So go out there today and do what we say we do on this podcast. Be a good human, encourage, support, and speak positivity into someone else. God loves you. I will see you tomorrow. Au revoir. À la prochaine.